Merry Christmas. Oh, there's Janet Sampson Bob. And I'm trying to have this also on Facebook. So just give me 1 second here. There we go. Apologies. Merry Christmas, Larry and everyone. Thank you very much, Bob. Just trying to make sure. Yeah, okay. I think I'm live on Facebook too. There is Pow. Merry Christmas, Larry. Thank you very much. I'm glad some people dropped by. Might not be as many today because of Christmas, but And Victor, hello. Hello. Ernest, Merry Christmas, Larry. Thank you. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm having a little bit of wine. And I'd also like to say hello to my beautiful girlfriend, Molly, in case she is watching. And I'll be seeing her pretty soon, hopefully before the end of the year. And you'll see us in videos soon. Nicholas, one of my Patreons and one of my YouTube members too. Hello, season's greetings to all. Thank you. Stephen, Truth Seeker, hello. And there's another member. Thank you for becoming, anybody that becomes a member, I really do appreciate it. Music and Cat Lover, V66JB. Ernest, Merry Christmas to Molly and the kitties. Thank you very much. I just got a guitar for my Christmas present. Nice. Yeah, I did have a guitar at one point. I don't think it was even tuned because I don't know how to tune a guitar and I don't know how to play a guitar, but it was still fun to have one. Merry Christmas, Molly. It's Easily Reacts 5827. Merry Christmas. He is also a Patreon member. Luke's Films Unbox. Merry Christmas. So what did you all get for Christmas? I just posted a video today. I got 2 more George Harrison albums, and I played them both last night. Extra Texture, which I did like, but it's kind of like what I remember it being, kind of mellow and maybe a tad on the boring side, but in a good way. Like I did enjoy the listen. Just not the most exciting album, although the first track, that's way better than I remember it. And then I was really impressed with his final album, Brainwashed. And so I just need to listen to those more. And if anybody, I don't know how long I'll do this, probably not for very long, but if anybody wants to come up and be on with me, I'll send you the link. Merry Christmas, Larry. First time seeing you live. Frankie Goes to Nowhere. Ethan, Merry Christmas. Thank you. These numbers, and so did YouTube in addition. I think I can erase that in my account. Yeah, I was going to mention that, Music and Cat Lover. Anyone, I see some of you, right? Like Victor Jr. Jensen 6843. You can change your name on YouTube. If you don't know how to do it, just go for a tutorial on YouTube, change YouTube name. But it's simple to do. So for instance, Music and Cat Lover, they can go into their YouTube account, edit the name, and just put in Music and Cat Lover, right? And without all of those extra letters. Or I can do it for you for $100. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Larry. Hope you and Molly are well. Thank you very much. And just a friendly reminder, because I think about 80% of people, when they mention Molly, they have it Molly, and her name is actually spelled Mollie. Not that it's a big deal, but I'm just, letting everybody know. Got a Jethro Tull live album vinyl and tickets to Epic Universe in Orlando in May, after I hopefully graduate. Great gifts this year. Cool. Glad you got those George albums. I love you, though I find Extra Texture a bit boring too. Haven't heard it for a while. Yeah, I just think I think you have to be in the mood for an album like this. It's just more, laid back. But like I said, I did enjoy listening to it. Oh, missed one here. I received picture discs of Michael Jackson's Invincible and Beach Boys' Light album. That's cool. Janet Sampson 1779. See, he could delete that and just have Janet Sampson. Is your other channel gone, Larry? Yeah, it's just hidden for now because it's not being monetized and not posting videos on it. So I'd prefer everybody to just come to my one YouTube channel, and it's kind of less confusing too. And who knows, at some point, I might just have one YouTube channel. And also, I wanted to mention I'm having a contest on my other channel. I'm still going on with it, and I will do, probably my next video is going to be about that contest. It's for my 20 years on YouTube. So it's still continuing. I've got everybody's name, and you can still enter. Just stay tuned for the video about that. I got the Beatles book, Revolution in the Mind, which seems like an interesting read. Very cool. I got a scarf with parrots on it from a coworker. I wasn't expecting anything. It was very beautiful and thoughtful. That is awesome, pal. Very nice. James, happy Christmas from the UK, Larry. Hope you had a great one. James, thank you. Music and Cat Lover. I got a calendar from a photographer from a YouTube channel about ships and the Hamburg Harbor and a special good coffee. Cool. Very nice. My girlfriend gifted me Third Eye Blind self-titled album on vinyl, the red cover variant too. Did you get anything good yet? I'm getting... Well, yeah, Molly sent me some very nice things already, including, don't worry, they're gluten-free, these. And I haven't, we're going to have like a late Christmas present when we see each other. Salted caramel cashews. And they are so good. And then she sent me another one too, which is I already ate. Roasted cashews with toasted coconut and sea salt. I love coconut. All right, Nicholas. A lot of George's middle period albums seem to be plagued by label issues and burnout. Need to play them more, though. Yeah. I never really listened to George's solo career past All Things Must Pass, besides Brainwashed. Might need to go more in depth. Yeah, I was really impressed with Living in the Material World. I think it's as great as All Things Must Pass. Looks yummy. Yeah, very good. The salted caramels sound awesome. They are. It's Marvin. Hi, Merry Christmas, Larry, and everyone in the chat. What did you get for Christmas, Marvin? An Iron Maiden vinyl record and a poster. Oh, it looks like somebody has the stomach bug. Merry Christmas, Larry. That's actually a good name for a YouTube channel. Stomach bug. Would you get the Bangladesh concert to complete the George Harrison collection? Yeah, I definitely want to get that. I don't think I've ever heard all of it. I know one of my older brothers had it, back in the 70s, but I just have to find the right place to get it on Amazon. The one I saw was kind of expensive, and I also want to get Concert for George on Blu-ray at some time. There's Molly. I'm glad it's working on Facebook. There's my beautiful girl, Molly. Merry Christmas, everyone. Did you get... how did you know I need Tums? Yes, I have Tums already. I didn't get them for Christmas. Don't know if you caught my Patreon post about the Joe Cocker CD. No, I didn't. Unfortunately, the Mama Cast disc is $65 minimum. LOL. No. Yeah, I don't want, like I said, if somebody can find me that Mama Cass, her first album, it was called Dream a Little Dream. I don't want anybody buying it for me. I want, but if you ever see it for a good price, $15, $20, I'll buy it from you if you don't want it. But I think if you buy it, the proceeds still go to charity. Might explain the expense. Bob is saying, hey, Molly. Merry Christmas, Molly. Yay, Molly. I like George's early 1990s double Live in Japan album with Eric Clapton's band. I've never heard that. There's Pal. Hi, Molly. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Molly. Sika 1. Hi, Larry. How many more albums before you complete your Beach Boys collection? I just need 15 big ones, and I'm waiting for the box set to come out. Then I'll have that. And then the only other one I need is Stars and Stripes. What's it called? Stars and Stripes Forever, Volume 1, where they're with a bunch of different country stars and they they do the Beach Boys songs. I'm not really that excited about it, but at some point I do want to get it on CD, but there's no big rush for it. Marvin, I got a tour program from Golden Earrings signed by the whole band from 1992 tour. That's so cool. And I got Frank Zappa's Joe's Garage and Overnight Sensation and One Size Fits All on vinyl and a new Iron Maiden shirt. Very cool. I just got a song on my guitar. Yeah, great presents, Marvin. I think Stars and Stripes Volume 1 is the greatest Beach Boys album. Wow. Maybe I should get it right away. Lowest price I could find for Joe Cocker's third album on CD was $24 USD, posted it in the group tab. Well, I might think about that. Because that would be about $35 Canadian. No, I have not checked that out. Smashing Pumpkins. Thank you, pal. Okay, Stars and Stripes has a couple of good songs. It benefits from Brian's presence. I just learned Working Class Hero from John Lennon. Very nice. To be honest, I've never listened to Stars and Stripes Volume 1. I just assumed it was bad. I don't think, even with what I've read about the album, it hasn't had great, reviews or ratings. But I don't think you can really consider it bad. Just, maybe not good. What's your favorite song on Extra Texture? I've only listened to this once, but like I said, I was really impressed with You, the first song, which is the only one I kind of knew from before. And I also liked This Guitar Can't Keep From Crying. But yeah, I'll be playing this more. At some point, after I get all of George Harrison's albums, I'm going to rank them. Timothy B. Schmidt singing Caroline No is heavenly. Yeah, I'm sure it would be. First time the boys recorded backing vocals for the song. Larry, great chatting with you. Hope you have a very Merry Christmas. Thank you. Merry Christmas, Larry. Thank you, Douglas. This, this background with all of these vinyl records, I've got a bunch of other, there they are. You can see them here. It's right there. So I'm going to be replacing that back wall, I think, pretty soon with, some different album covers. You ever think about ranking all of the albums by the Sex Pistols? That's a good idea. Might not be too many to rank, but it'd be fun. Yeah. That Donny Osmond cover still makes me chuckle. There's right there. And like I said, even though some of these are kind of jokey, right? I still, like there's ABBA. I'm not really a fan of ABBA, but I still respect them. And Donny Osmond is very talented, of course. The whole family is. Now, this one here, I don't know if you can read that, but it says the Singing Post family. And they were from around this area and put out some country albums in the early 70s. I don't even know who Fiddling Buck Ryan is, but I guess he can really play the fiddle. Merry Christmas, Larry. Turnovan, is that how you say it? Turnovanimagerie. Turnovan, forget it. I think I've listened to George's Electronic Sounds once, but only unless I find it really cheap would I buy it. Yeah. I think at some point I'll buy his 2 experimental albums. Larry's Wall of Music Past, creepy. Hey, Bob, the Beatles aren't creepy. And that's what Morris Gautreaux did, that artwork of the Beatles. That's Burton Cummings from the Guess Who, the Kingston Trio, Glenn Campbell, Bobby Gentry, Boney M. But I like this one too. Bob and Doug McKenzie, The Great White North. Hey, try saying that name. Chris Burton. Chris Burton, something like that. Have you listened to more of the US albums box? Nope, not in the last couple of days, but I do need to listen to more of it. Larry, has Sparks done any Christmas songs like the Beach Boys? Yep, they did. If you put in Sparks Little Drummer Boy on YouTube, you'll hear their, I think it was from a radio show, but it's in pretty good quality. And actually, Little Drummer Boy is my favorite Christmas song. And of course, Sparks cover, my favorite Christmas song. I was tempted to get the Zootropy, is that how you say it, of Electronic Sounds. That would have been cool, actually. SCTV. Yep, I love it, SCTV. Your favorite Canadian artist and band? There's too many. I love Neil Young, Rush, of course, the Guess Who, the band, who are mainly Canadian, the Northern Pikes, and a few others. It's Chris on the keys. Merry Christmas, Larry. Hello from the UK. Thank you. This is really, really good Coca-Cola, I tell you. Yeah, my favorite Canadian recording act is Five Neat Guys. Yeah, for me, I think SCTV is my favorite, one of my all-time favorite comedy shows. They had, so much talent on that show. John Candy, Eugene Levy, Martin Short, so many. Yep, there's also Thank God It's Not Christmas by Sparks. Nicholas, it's a classic. Yep. Marvin, Larry, do you like Supertramp? Yep, I thought they were very talented. I think Crime of the Century is one of the greatest albums ever. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I like old, like I liked Seinfeld. I loved The Office, the U.S. Office. Uh, Andy Griffith, the Andy Griffith Show, probably one of my favorite '60s shows. All in the Family, of course. Santa gave me Paul McCartney T-shirt, New Wings collection, and the Beatles Anthology 4. Nice. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I needed to watch them more, but back in the day when I would see the kids in the hall on TV, I don't know. I just never connected with their humor. But yeah, Edith Prickly. I don't like Supertramp. I love them. Timothy Henry, 5454. Merry Christmas. Thank you, and same to you. Oh, missed. Larry, have you heard This Is Christmas by XTC? I don't believe I have, but I love XTC. Yeah, I used to love Much Music Channel in the 90s. Yeah. Much Music was the Canadian version of MTV in the late 80s and the 90s. Helena Pearson. Merry Christmas, Molly and Larry. Thank you. Nothing gifts for Christmas but a good meal. That's fair. It wasn't for everyone. Yeah. Firesign Theater. Yeah. I don't know if I've heard much of their stuff. I remember the name, but I don't think I've ever seen that show. Is the Beatles anthology watching on Disney Plus? Yeah, it's on Disney Plus. I did see that, and it was very well done. Do you like Polar Express? I watch it every Christmas. I've never seen Polar Express, Bob. My favorite I think Trains, Planes, and Automobiles, although maybe that's more Thanksgiving than Christmas. And then the Christmas Vacation, of course. Yeah. Favorite Beatles album? Well, I was listening to music last night, and I listened to Abbey Road. And while I was listening to it, I was thinking, because I kind of always wonder what's the album I've played the most in my life, and it's got to be like a Beatles related. And at first, I was thinking it was Sergeant Pepper because that came out in 1967, and I played it a lot since 1967. But I think the answer is either Abbey Road, probably Abbey Road, or if not Abbey Road, it would be the Beatles' White Album that I played the most in my life. And I never, ever get tired of listening to them. My favorite Christmas movie is probably Die Hard, unless you don't count that, then I don't know. Yep. Molly will be appearing in the next week or so. Which album do you love more by The Who, Tommy or Quadrophenia? I think I like Tommy. Well, I love both albums, but If I had to choose, I would pick Tommy. Nicholas, do you prefer the 2009 remaster or the 2019 remix? I still swear by the 80s CD. Yeah, I think overall, like last night, I played the Abbey Road remix, and it was good. But overall, I think I like the 2009 remaster the most. I think it was perfect. The production and everything was fine on it. They didn't really need to remix it. And I haven't heard the 80s version of Abbey Road in years. Yeah. Abbey Road is either my favorite or my second favorite album of all time. It's between that and Abbey Road. The American Rubber Soul is my favorite Beatles album. Yeah. I love the US version of Rubber Soul that starts with I've Just Seen a Face. I think that song is more suitable as the opening song for Rubber Soul. I love Quadrophenia. It is not a white Christmas here. In fact, we did get quite a bit of snow in the past few weeks, but it's kind of all gone away, and there's really no snow here. Larry, do you remember The Young Ones, a British TV series? Guests were Motorhead, The Damned, Madness, individual episodes. No. I love Motorhead, and The Damned is really good too. Abbey Road and White Album have always been my favorites. Yeah. What do you think of the War Is Over animation short film? I thought it was amazing. Really well done. Yeah. I remember The Young Ones. I used to watch The Young Ones all the time. It was where I first saw Motorhead. Huh. I love the Dam doing video nasty on that show. The Mono Beetle 65 is one of my favorites. Love the reverb versions of I'll Be Back, I Feel Fine, and She's a Woman. I need to listen to that. Jean, we got snow the day before Christmas Eve here in Stockholm, Sweden. Not much, but still. Have you ever heard Jeff Beck's cover of She's a Woman? I think it's worth checking out. Yep, I've heard that. It's very well done. Did you watch Adam the Woo? No. Very sad what happened with his passing, but I had heard of his name. Like, I was familiar with his name, but I don't think I'd ever watched his YouTube channel. The Gibbler 84. Merry Christmas, sir. Thank you. Marvin. Larry, which Black Sabbath album you love more? Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath, or Sabotage? Marvin, you're killing me. Those are two of my favorites. I think I've got to go with Sabotage because it is such a heavy album. And so, yeah. Stephen Truth Seeker. I must have nearly 50 music DVDs in my collection. I was watching one of my Queen DVDs last night. Cool. And I've heard, I haven't heard it, but I've heard that Queen they did a Christmas song back in like 1974. Is it posted yet? Anybody heard it? Let me know what you thought of it. I love Technical Ecstasy. I agree. It's a very, very good album. What's the best Christmas gift you've ever received? I don't know. I think maybe in my family when I got a guitar one Christmas, although I never ended up learning how to play it. It's very humid weather in New Zealand at the moment. Are you a big horror movie fan from the 70s? If so, you have a standout. I'm not a big horror movie fan, but I would say I like the old horror movies because, you know, the slasher movies and all that, they don't interest me at all. They don't scare me or anything. I think they're just, but I think my favorite is The Exorcist and The Omen. Now, those were scary. And the original Halloween was great too. When is the next KDRC video, Larry? I just did one. I just sent it to KDRC. So he should be posting it in the next day or two. Merry Christmas, everyone. For me, Sabbath, Bloody Sabbath is my favorite album, but Sabotage is so great. Megalomania is a top Sabbath song for me. Yeah. And Larit. A hockey game for me and my brother. Cool. Merry Christmas, Larry. Thank you, Pleasant Valley Picker CA 7681. Heard of Polar Bear, the Queen song? It will be included on a new box set of Queen 2 next year. Huh. I have not heard. Yeah. I actually have. I think I have Frankenstein on DVD, but I haven't watched it yet. But yeah, I like the old monster movies. Yeah. Yeah, but there's another that nobody's ever heard, some Queen song that, like a Christmas song that Queen recorded that's never been released. I guess it's coming out, or maybe it is out now. I don't know. Merry Christmas, Larry Bro, from fellow Canadian A. Mike. Thank you, Mike. Thank God it's Christmas. I thought was the Queen Christmas song. No, there's another one that they recorded and it's never been released. But yep. I know the Traveling Wilburys very well. I need to get the albums again. I did have them on vinyl. Marvin, Larry, Nickelback or Bon Jovi? Oh. Can I say neither? If I had to choose, I guess I would say Bon Jovi because I do like a couple of their songs, their early songs. Like You Give Love a Bad Name. Sorry. Merry Christmas. Thank you. I still need to see The Omen. Yeah. I'm a big Doctor Who fan, and one of the classic era doctors plays a priest who I think gets killed in it. Yes. And, a movie like The Omen, it's, kind of laid back. It's not all scary all the time, but there's just certain, there's 2 or 3 scenes that are scary. and it's worth it to watch the whole movie. Yeah. Yep. And let's not forget Young Frankenstein. White Album, Abbey Road, Let It Be, Revolver, Rubber Soul, Please Please Me. My favorite Beatles album are all the Beatles albums. That's the way to go, Frank. It Goes to Nowhere. Hi, Larry. Merry Christmas. What do you think about Elliott Smith? I think I've reacted to him on my Patreon a couple of times, but I don't know him that well. But I bought the first two Sean Lennon albums recently, and I was really impressed with them. And I was reading reviews, and they compared his music to Elliott Smith's. So I just need to check out more of Elliott Smith at some point. Yeah, Black Christmas. There's an awesome Christmas horror movie called Black Christmas. Same director of The Christmas Story. Yeah, that was a Canadian movie. Yeah. And I love The Christmas Story, by the way. Polar Bear is a Queen demo of a Smile, okay, song with Freddie on vocals. Cool. Adian Harbor. Merry Christmas, Larry. Wishing you all the best in the new year. Thank you. How do you say that name? Adian. He was the one that about 4 years ago did a short little documentary on me. We met each other. I hope you're doing well. Thank you. Sorry, Larry, that was a stupid question. I have not seen that in years. I know the premise of it, but I don't know if I've seen it all from start to finish. Patrick Troughton was the best doctor. Anyone watched any decent vampire movies? An American friend did a karaoke stream last night. I sang a few carols, but put in lots of Canadian content. Gordon Lightfoot's Carefree Highway, The King's Beat Goes On, Switching to Glide. Excuse me. Cool. I like this one. Larry Graves for president. Thank you. Thank you, Peter. Yep. Hallelujah. What's your favorite Moody Blues album? Mine is a Search of the Lost Chord. That is mine too, Marvin. Yep. Yep. Hallelujah. Sean Lennon was on the Beastie Boys label Grand Royale. I believe he also allowed them to record in one of John's studios in New York. Cool. Yeah. On Patreon, you liked Elliott Smith, but like Kurt Cobain, it's just, yeah, that's the thing too. Yeah. Alien, yeah, the first two Alien movies were excellent, and The Shining was was interesting. Dracula. Larry, did you ever get Hokey Cokey by Ian Dury, a Christmas song? No. Stephen Mills. Now he's a little shy, but he says hi. Yeah, all of those 60s Moody Blues albums are excellent. I'm not much for vampire movies, but Let the Right One In is fantastic. Goblin, cool. Are you familiar with Sean or Julian Lennon stuff? Yes, I've got 3 Sean Lennon solo albums and his 2 albums he's done with Les Claypool, and I guess they're releasing a new album in the new year, which I'm really looking forward to. I only bought Julian Lennon's debut album, which was good, but I really don't know much about his solo career. John Cale, Paris, 1919. Have you ever heard Argentinian music? I don't know. I don't think so. Favorite Christmas dinner choice? White turkey meat, mashed potatoes, no turnips, peas, gravy, cranberries for the turkey, apple pie, gluten-free for dessert. We should have some good CDs next year. Hey, Giorgio Bartol, 8691. I've never seen Vampires, no. I love Patrick Troughton. He was both serious and funny. He was in Doctor Who from 1966, 1969. And the BBC erased many of his episodes, of course. So Doctor Who fans are always hoping some turn up. Yeah. Larry, do you agree that Who's Next is one of the best albums ever made? Yes, I do, Marvin. Yep. And one of the greatest opening and closing tracks on an album too. I know you're not a big ABBA fan, Larry, but are there any songs that you really like? Yeah, I like all of their hit singles. It's not that I dislike them. They're good for what they do. It's good pop music. Yeah, and stuffing too. Yeah. No turnips for you. Does anyone like Dire Straits' live album, Alchemy? Dire Straits seem the forgotten band. I've never heard that live album. Lasagna in the shape of a turkey with meatballs for stuffing. Now we're talking, Bob. Favorite Beatles Christmas message? I think the one with, Christmas time is here again. O-U-T spells out because it's so silly. Like the BBC erased most of season 1 of the classic spy show, The Avengers. A few episodes have been found and saved in recent years. Yeah. Never been much into Dire Straits. I prefer Mark Knopfler's work with Bob Dylan. Yeah, I love his work with Bob Dylan. It's especially Slow Train Coming. Larry, do you like trapeze? I've heard of them, but I don't think I've ever heard their music. Larry, have you seen the Love Witch or Monster on Sunshine Camp? Nope. Yeah, I agree. That's one of my all-time favorite songs, Brothers in Arms. Saw Dire Straits live on the Brothers in Arms tour. They were great. What's your favorite song on Golden Earrings album Switch? I think the title song, but I love the whole album. All right, I'll be leaving in a few minutes. I would like to thank everybody for dropping by. I didn't think anybody would drop by today because it's Christmas. And so thanks for all of the comments. I'll stay on for maybe 5 more minutes. And I hope everybody has a very Merry Christmas. Led Zeppelin versus Black Sabbath. You're killing me. I think I would have to go. I think I would have to go with Led Zeppelin. Never been a Sparks fan. Have you heard of the Pet Shop Boys? Yep. Some compare the two duos. Yep. Larry, do you have a Desert Island disc? Maybe a few. Yeah, definitely a few. The Blind Faith, One and Only album. There'd have to be a Beatles album, Led Zeppelin's Physical Graffiti, Sparks, Kimono My House, at least one Ween album, Can, probably Future Days, a Frank Zappa album. Oh, speaking of Frank Zappa, I got Frank Zappa Mothers 71 box set, 8 CDs. I also got Bob Marley 11 CD box set. Cool. Lethal Weapon 4 film collection Blu-ray and Tulsa King season 2 Blu-ray. Yeah, I know who Chris Ray is, but I don't think I've heard much of his music. Merry Christmas, Nicholas. Play your Beach Boys CD or I'll sue. I'll play it tonight. Zep for me, yeah. We got 5 minutes stuck on my eyes. 5 minutes. What a surprise. Have a great day, everyone. Oops. Larry Brother Win by Golden Earring is awesome. Cool. Thanks, Larry. Listen to John Lennon's Harmonium on Slade. Merry Christmas, everybody. Cool. Yeah, they were okay. You know, the hit singles they had, I like them, but I don't think I'd ever be like a big fan of them. Merry Christmas, Cherry Carter. Time to get a rescue cat. Yeah. Wonder if Glenn plays Christmas carols on the banjo. Thank you, Marvin. You too. Thank you, Sika1. Thank you, Bob. Have a nice Christmas Eve. Yeah, basically that's about it. Thank you. Oh, missed one here. I have not heard that yet. Merry Christmas, everyone. Merry Christmas to all. Okay, so thanks, everybody. Have a very nice Christmas Eve. Bye.